The Federal Environment Minister has sought urgent advice from his department on whether he should reimpose emergency national heritage protection for Tasmania's Tarkine wilderness. Tony Burke ignored recommendations from the Australian Heritage Council to have the area included on the heritage list, letting the emergency listing put in place by his predecessor lapse. Environment groups are outraged as mining companies prepare to move in.
It's the largest cool temperate rainforest in Australia, and it's long been a hotspot for environmental dispute. Conservationists want the area protected. Mining companies want access to its rich natural resources. A leaked report by the Australian Heritage Council recommends 433,000 hectares of the Tarkine be included on the National Heritage Register. Despite receiving the report in October last year, the Environment Minister Tony Burke has refused to act.
By law, he had a statutory duty to make a decision whether to include or not include the place on the list. Now, he should have included on the list because it has national heritage values.
The previous minister, Peter Garrett, had approved an emergency heritage listing for the area because of concern about the impact of a proposed tourist road. In particular, the road was deemed a threat to the endangered Tasmanian devil. Mr Burke's decision to allow that listing to lapse means any development in the area, mining or otherwise, won't need a heritage risk assessment.
He'll have to pretend as if the Tarkine has no wilderness values.
One mining company started drilling operations 6 weeks ago. At least 2 other projects have been proposed. Environment groups say the minister was aware of these when he let the emergency listing expire.
Rather than performing his duties as the Environment Minister, he's engaged in playing interference for mining companies.
You can't help but escape the conclusion that the Federal Department and the Federal Minister have an eye to allowing mining in the area rather than protecting those natural values.
Mr Burke says it's wrong to presume heritage listing would preclude mining applications. The Tasmanian government is backing the minister's position.
Any move further towards listing the area must seriously consider potential negative and social and economic impacts from a listing.
Late today, Mr Burke said he was seeking advice on whether an emergency listing was appropriate in light of the mining applications. He'll make a decision on permanent heritage listing for the Tarkine after another period of consultation. Damien McIver, ABC News.